It's 8:30 in the morning in Farmingville, and many undocumented workers watch cars drive by, hoping a contractor might pick them up for a day's work. They are willing to do landscaping, painting, or working on a farm, but they want to be paid for it.
Nunca me ha pasado a mí, ¿no?
It has never happened to me, but there are some friends over there that were left in the work site and never got paid.
Como seres humanos,
As human beings, I don't think they can treat us like that.
Eduardo is an undocumented Mexican who refused to give his last name. He has a regular job and he came to this corner to earn extra money. There are about 160,000 Latinos born outside the U.S. living on Long Island. And some workers say that as the economy worsens, some employers take advantage, but paying them less or not paying them at all.
A lot of them are very abusive, and they deliberately hire immigrants and think that because they're an immigrant, they can treat them like this and they won't fight back.
So Sister Margaret Smythe fights for them. She sees more than 30 immigrants a day in her Riverhead office. Last year, she dealt with more than 70 cases in back wages. If she doesn't reach an agreement with employers, they go to court. Daniel Rogers, a criminal lawyer based in Riverhead who has been working with Sister Margaret pro bono for many years, says employers have to pay their workers.
And if you don't pay them, it's stealing. And again, it has absolutely nothing to do with whether or not they're in this country legally or illegally. And we've actually won many cases based on that.
Omar Perez, the director of the Workplace Project, an organization based in Nassau County that advocates for immigrant workers, says he sees between 20 to 40 people a month.
We have many cases. We know a lot of workers coming here because the employer threatened the worker to call the police or to call the ICE. The fear is to get deported, but that's a violation of the law as well.
Last year, the U.S. Department of Labor recovered $176 million in back wages nationally, and on Long Island, $3.6 million. The director of the Long Island office, Herb Millionaire, says 10 years ago they had very few immigrants complaining to them. Rigoberto Palencia came to this country 3 years ago from Guatemala. He does landscaping jobs since he arrived in Riverhead for a company he's afraid to name.
150 horas de trabajo.
He owes me 150 hours, which is about $1,300. We stopped working because he wasn't paying us.
Sister Margaret says this situation will continue until the day the government gives undocumented workers the legal right to work in this country.
Without papers, you and I are not equals. Once we all are equal, then it becomes harder to do these things.
Studies show that immigrants, both documented and undocumented, make a significant contribution to Long Island's economy. But regardless of the problems they face here, many immigrants say work is a matter of survival, and they will continue to do whatever it takes to support their families at home. For Stony Brook News, I'm Ana Yather.